You prepare for an interview, put your best foot forward, only to hear we have decided to move forward with another candidate. Rejection hurts, doesn't it? Disappointing? Absolutely. But today I want to tell you that each rejection can actually be a step toward your next big career breakthrough. I arrived in Australia with 20 years of overseas experience in my pocket. However, I had to wait for 3 months before I created my first breakthrough. During this time, my job applications were rejected infinite number of times, and I kind of gave up on counting on them. In less than a year, situations turned around. I was headhunted by recruiters and sales managers, and then I never looked back. Today, I will show you how to turn the no's into powerful opportunities that can launch your career to the next level. Whether you are a newly arrived immigrant in Australia or a fresh graduate, job rejections can feel especially overwhelming. You have worked hard to get to this point and now you are facing setbacks. I can feel your pain. But guess what? Those setbacks are not the end of your journey. In fact, they can be the very thing that propels you forward. As Wallace Stevens once observed, after the final no, there comes a yes. Before we dive into the details, let me share a story. I worked with a client, a highly educated, intelligent immigrant from India named Priya, who faced numerous rejections in her job search in the field of IT. Despite having great qualifications and good experience, she was getting turned down repeatedly. One of the reasons for her rejection was that she had a 3 year career gap, and the other was that she was too apprehensive and fearful about not just getting the job but keeping it when she gets one. Through our coaching program, we changed her mindset, reframed her approach, crafted her resume from the scratch, analyzed her interview performance, and developed a clear strategy. After creating a mindset shift by eliminating her fears and limiting beliefs, Priya landed an incredible role on a high six-figure salary within few weeks. The role was even better than the position she had applied earlier for. Rejections did not stop Priya, and they should not stop you either. In fact, rejections helped her reflect, improve, and ultimately land the job of her dreams. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to do exactly what Priya did. Here is what you will learn today. How to mentally reframe rejections so they become your career growth tools, the importance of actionable feedbacks and how to use it, how to leverage rejection to expand your network, and a step-by-step plan to bounce back stronger and more prepared than ever. Let's begin. The first and most crucial step in turning interview rejections into breakthrough is to change your mindset. It is easy to fall into self-doubt after hearing no from employers, but this is exactly where you can shift your thinking. Typically, when you are continuously turned down by recruiters or employers, most professionals start doubting their own abilities, thinking, something must be wrong with me. This can be extremely dangerous for your job search and career growth. My suggestion would be, instead of viewing rejections as failures or doubting your ability, see them as feedback. Every rejection is telling you something about your approach, whether it's your interview style, your resume, or how well your experience aligns with the job. Think about this. When athletes lose a game, they don't quit the sport. They review the game, game recording, identify mistakes, and train harder for the next match. Your career is no different. Each no is giving you the data that you can use to improve. For newly arrived immigrants, this can be crucial. The Australian job market, might be different from the one you are used to in your country, and adjusting your approach may take time. The key here is resilience through reflecting. Your qualifications and experience are valuable. You just need to make sure they are being presented in the most effective way. I recommend you keep a journal or a spreadsheet of your job search journey. After every rejection, write down what went well and what didn't. Over time, you will start to see patterns and areas where you can improve. Second, ask for feedback and use it to improve. Most candidates walk away after rejection and never think about that opportunity again. But here is the pro tip. If you are turned down for a role, proactively reach out and ask for feedback. Many hiring managers in Australia are more than willing to give constructive advice, especially if you are a close contender, but only if you ask. Feedback is gold. It can provide insights into why you were not chosen and what you can do better in your next interview. Use this information as your actionable improvement plan. Maybe your answers were too vague, or perhaps you didn't emphasize key aspects of your experience that the employer was looking for, or maybe you didn't engage the hiring manager in the interview because you could not connect effectively, or possibly you were not able to express yourself properly with regards to your skill set. For fresh graduates, feedback is essential because it highlights the gap between academic knowledge and workplace expectations. Once you identify those gaps, you can start filling them through additional learning or tailoring your interview responses. I work closely with a client named Nabi, an Australian graduate in engineering, originally from Bangladesh. After a series of rejections, he started requesting feedback from employers. One recruiter mentioned that he had the required technical skills, but he wasn't able to showcase his cultural fit for the company. Nabi had never thought about this aspect of job search before. The recruiter's feedback was like a eureka moment in Nabi's life. This feedback allowed CLA to refine Nabi's responses by adding examples of group projects where he had taken a lead role and how he accommodated himself in the team. In the next interview, Nabi got the job. My tip is, when asking for feedback, keep it professional, appreciative, and simple. For example, you could say, "Thank you for the opportunity to interview. I'm always looking to improve. So I would appreciate any feedback you could provide about my interview performance," and so on. Number 3 is leverage rejection to expand your network. Here is something most people overlook. Rejection doesn't have to be, the end of your relationship with a company or recruiter. In fact, it is often an opportunity to expand your network. If you were close to landing the role but did not make the final cut, ask the hiring manager or recruiter if you can stay connected. Most recruiters are happy to keep in touch. Why? They may get a referral from you in future. For immigrants, building a professional network in Australia is crucial. It's often who you know that leads to job opportunities. The person who rejected you today might have another position open tomorrow, you never know. Or they might know someone in their network who is looking for a candidate with your skills. Let me share a personal story with you. Quite a few years ago, I received a call from a tier 1 recruitment company in Melbourne for a BDM role, business development role. Back then I had started this business and wasn't looking for any employment. When I inquisitively asked the recruiter how they reached out to me, I was told that they had interviewed me about 10 years ago for BDM role for a tier 1 telco in Melbourne. And they were right, they did. Now, here's the thing. I was rejected for that role back then, but since I kept in touch with the recruiter, the company had my resume on their database, and that's how they reached out to me. Building strong relationships with recruiters is absolutely worth it. Hope this is making enough sense to you. Another thing is LinkedIn. LinkedIn is your best friend. Once you know the names of the interviewers, send them a polite connection request, with a brief message. In case of a rejection, express your interest in staying in touch for future opportunities. So don't burn bridges. Even after rejection, maintaining a positive and professional relationship can open doors down the line for you. And last but not the least, bounce back with a step by step action plan. Rejection stings, but what sets successful people apart, is their ability to bounce back. Remember what I shared with you in the last video with you? You are the CEO of your job business, you.com. And here is a simple but effective plan to help you recover quickly from rejection and improve your chances to grow your business. Number one, review your performance. After every interview, take notes on what you did well and what you couldn't have or what you could have done better. If you receive feedback, incorporate that into your review. Number two, update your resume and LinkedIn profile. If you have received genuine feedback that suggests you need to highlight certain skills or experiences more prominently, make those updates immediately. Number three is keep applying. Don't let one rejection slow you down. Continue applying to other jobs and consider each interview an opportunity to refine your approach. If a rejection is slowing you down, you must reflect on the reasons. And number four is upskill. If you find that employers are constantly seeking skills or experiences you don't have, take the initiative to fill those gaps, whether it's a short online course or maybe networking. Upskilling is a great way to boost your confidence and make yourself more competitive. And number five is practice. The more you interview, the better you will get at it. Use mock interviews with expert career coaches to get feedback on your answers to improve your delivery. For new immigrants and fresh graduates, the job search process can sometimes feel like a marathon, not a sprint. But with persistence, self-reflection, and continuous improvement, you will find yourself moving closer to the job you want. At CLA, we offer an end-to-end solution to your job search needs. Go ahead and schedule your 60-minute live one-on-one private video consultation with me. I guarantee you will get incredible value out of this session. And by the way, there are no obligations after the initial consultation. All right, now that you have learned how to turn rejections into career breakthroughs, it is also important to avoid wasting time on scams. In the next video, I will teach you how to spot a fake job ad and ensure you're applying only to legitimate opportunities. Don't miss these crucial red flags. Till I see you next time, you take care and bye for now.